Hey, what's up, everyone? Bliss Mode back with another video. I've been feeling really good. I'm getting a lot of workout. Core component is coming along really nicely. I'm really happy with the way it's going. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this second chapter. For those of you who have read the first chapter, I think you might be thinking to yourselves, you might think to yourself that there's like a lot of things that need to be answered. And one thing I'm really proud of so far in this second chapter is that it really sets up a lot of the motivation, a lot of the world building, and characters. And I really think, whereas chapter one was like a really good set point for kind of the tone of the series and what to expect as far as the action and the style. I think this chapter two is really going to set the story in motion and really get you invested in the characters. So if you haven't already, go to my website, blissmodeart.com, and check out Core Component Chapter 1. Like I said, I am going to add a couple of small tweaks to Chapter 1 once Chapter 2 is released, but nothing major, so you'll be able to get the gist of the story right now if you are eager to catch up with that. And like I said, I've been feeling really good, getting a lot of workout. I've been really consistent with these YouTube videos. I still feel like pretty stiff and like a little bit awkward talking to a microphone by myself in a room, but just like with drawing and anything else really, practice makes perfect. So I'm just trying to bust out as many repetitions as I can and get a little bit more comfortable with the mic, a little bit more comfortable just kind of talking to myself, I suppose. And mirroring that, I also feel like my art has been a little stiff lately. So with this speed drawing, really, like usual, I didn't have a concept in mind when I started this, but I really just wanted to loosen up. At the beginning, I was almost just like scratching stuff, just scribbling. I just wanted curves and I wanted to get really loose. At one point earlier in the speed drawing, I even like turned my brush size way higher than I normally use, just because I didn't want to think too much about what I was placing down. And really, I just wanted to loosen up. I don't want to say that I lost focus though. And so if you've seen the Instagram post for this piece already, you saw the caption or the title, Relaxed and Focused. And that's really just kind of my mood for this drawing. Trying to be as loose as possible. Trying to not forget about, but just trying to place some of the more technical aspects of my drawing kind of in the background. You know, my drawings tend to be very cleaned up and they kind of lose some of that sketchy quality that I know a lot of people tend to like, some of that energy. I didn't want to completely keep a sketchy style, but I just wanted to find as much of that energy as possible and just keep it in my drawing. And I think I was pretty successful. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. It was really just a good exercise in staying loose and fresh and not getting too caught up in, you know, shapes or trying to make things so clean, I suppose. Sometimes it's nice to have that little bit of scratchiness, that sketchiness. And of course, my stuff is still very cleaned up, so you're probably saying to yourself that, like, this doesn't look sketchy at all. But I think just for me, it's a little more sketchy than I usually tend to stick to. And part of that is because I really do enjoy my style. And another part of it is I really enjoy artists who have a very defined style. Artists who you can look at one of their pieces and immediately recognize who did it. And so even though I do like, in my own personal choices, when I'm looking at artists, I look at everything from very toony styles to more realistic-ish anime styles, but there's always the consistency, even among those artists, that they always seem to be very defined in their art style. So I try to keep that, even though I'm trying to get a little bit looser with my work. It's also nice working on a comic where I have all the scenes predetermined for my writing. So doing these illustrations is really just nice to kind of break away from having an exact angle, an exact scene, exact character, doing an exact action. With these, I really just get to free flow, and it's really become a nice balance between the two. And it's really helped me to maintain that growth, because I really don't want to become static or become too proud of my art. I always want to try to improve. And I think this was a step in the right direction. As far as future videos go, I have been coming up with a lot of ideas. Some of them just off the top of my head, Obviously, I think at some point I do want to do some videos on color. I tend to do a color piece, maybe once every couple months. And that's really just because I do enjoy this black and white style. But I intend to release some videos on color. I also want to go into other subject matter, such as creature design and environment design. So you can look forward to some videos about those subjects. And I'm also kicking around some ideas of possible video series, several different ones. I don't want to get too much into those until they're fleshed out, but you can be on the lookout for them. And with all that said, please like and subscribe and follow on Instagram, because I'm going to be running some contests coming up in the next couple of weeks. And for the information on those, all you have to do is be subscribed to YouTube or follow me on Instagram or wherever you can. I'll try to post up the information for the contest the best I can. And the prizes are going to be free prints. If you want to see examples of my prints, you can find them at blissmodeart.com/shop. But the winner of the contest will be receiving some free merch. So subscribe if you haven't already. Be on the lookout for that. And I said in my video a couple videos back that this year is going to be a big year. And I'm still feeling very confident about that. Things seem to be going pretty good. And like always, I just want to thank you guys for, watching my videos. I'm going to try to be a little bit less stiff in my videos. I'm trying not to swear a lot or be too out there. That kind of stiffens me up, because in real life I usually don't care about that kind of stuff. If that's something that bothers you, let me know. Maybe I could just bleep out and try to be a little bit more free with my speech. We'll just see how it goes, whatever you think. I'm really just looking for feedback of all types, really. Also, speaking of feedback, if you do happen to go and check out Core Component, I think one thing that you're going to realize is that it is read from top left to bottom right, which is American style, Western style comics, right? Obviously, my art style and my series is more of a manga. I've asked a couple people. They didn't really have too much of a strong opinion on it. But if you would rather see Core Component read more as a traditional manga, which is top right to bottom left, send me some feedback on that. I'm only 2 chapters in, and at this point, it could really go either way. I would have to make some visual changes to chapter 1 and chapter 2. But if you prefer reading your manga in the traditional style, let me know. I'm starting to kind of waver on my decision to keep it in that Western style. So your feedback is much appreciated. I think the video is about to wrap up. Thanks for sticking around for another one. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.